Previously, I showed you how to monitor your 12-volt battery in any car. You can easily make one for under 15 bucks. It connects to your smart hub, in this case Home Assistant, and reports actual voltage of your 12-volt battery over Wi-Fi. Today, we're doing something similar with this awesome WiCAN device. It monitors your 12-volt battery and so much more. Before we continue, let's take a step back. Modern cars these days are equipped with 4G or even 5G modems. They report a bunch of data back to their remote servers and do whatever they want with all that data, including selling the data to your insurance companies and whatnot. Ironically, if you want some of the data it reports, you gotta pay at least $150 annually. I have a Hyundai Ioniq5 and the service is called BlueLink. Luckily, this WiCAN device connects to your car via the OBD port and reports everything over Wi-Fi. Well, not everything yet. This is just a small list of what I found so far. So basically, this WiCAN module converts your car into an IoT device. The next version of this is the Pro that's coming out real soon. It's even better because it has more functionality along with 4G port. Meaning you can slip in a SIM card and now you can view your data from anywhere in the world. The car no longer has to be parked next to a Wi-Fi hotspot. That's incredible. You can access your car or even control your car using your phone from anywhere in the world. Physically, it is just like a regular OBD scanner, but the height is almost twice. Here's a comparison of it next to my Ioniq5's remote. Here's another angle of it compared to a regular OBD scanner. To get it working, just plug it into your car's OBD port. For the Ioniq5, the location is somewhere here. But for security reason, I relocated my OBD port to be somewhere else. As mentioned in my other video, thieves can plug their $1,000 OBD tool into my car and just drive away. So that's why my OBD port is hidden far, far away. The WiCAN module uses the standard ESP chip. So once you plug it in, you'll see it broadcasting its Wi-Fi access point. Here you can see it starts with WiCAN. Tap on the WiCAN access point, enter in the password, which is @meatpie#. Then click on Connect. Once you log in, go ahead and open any web browser up on your phone and go to this website, 192.168.80.1. Go into the Settings tab, change the mode to AP plus station. The access point channel can be whatever you want. Change the access point password instead of the MeatPie password, change it to whatever you want. Down in the SSID section, go ahead and change it to your local Wi-Fi network as well as your local Wi-Fi password. That way it can jump onto your local Wi-Fi network. Go a little bit further down and go to the BLE section. For now, I'm going to disable Bluetooth because we don't need it. Sleep mode, go ahead and enable sleep. Once it detects the 12-volt battery is low, then it will go in sleep mode. Go ahead and click on Submit Changes and it will reboot itself. Now, to configure the unit further, let's open up your laptop or desktop. By default, the firmware that I got was version 2.92. You can see that I updated to version 3.11. To update it, it's really simple. All you have to do is click on Browse and find the bin file. I'll have the bin file ready for you in the section below. All you have to do is download the bin file, browse, find that bin file, and then click on Update. It'll update itself and then reboots. So yeah, this whole tutorial depends on if you have version 3.11 or not. If you don't, update it. Once you update, go ahead and go back to your settings. For the CAN protocol, go ahead and change it to Auto PID. Enable MQTT if it hasn't already. All of the events will be on MQTT. Go down to the MQTT section. Go ahead and give it the MQTT server. For my server, it's the same as the HA server. Give it your MQTT users and password credentials. For now, we're going to disable ELM 327 log. I have no idea why you have to disable it, but you have to disable it for now. You can enable it if you want, but for this tutorial, it is not enabled. Oh yeah, while we're at it, enable battery alert if you want, but for some reason it's not working, for me anyway. You can see that if the battery goes below 12.8, then it will send an alert via MQTT. The alert topic will be on car 1/voltage. This is extremely useful if you have multiple cars sitting in your garage, and if one of the car dips below a certain voltage, then it will send an alert over the MQTT network. But again, for some reason it doesn't work for me, or maybe it's version 3.11. I don't know. Click on Submit Changes. Once you reboot, go ahead and go to Automate tab. This whole tab right here is very specific to your vehicle. As I mentioned before, I have the Hyundai Ioniq5, so this whole thing will only work for my car. For your car, you'll have to find some other code for initialization, your PID, and your expression. I'm no expert on this at all. I had to contact the creator of this WiCAN device. I asked Ali and he was very helpful. Sadly, I could only get 2 of them working for now. If you do get more working for your car, especially the Ioniq5, please let me know in the comment section below. So go ahead and fill in your initialization and then the code for whatever you want. For me, I'm only interested in the SoC and the 12 volts battery pack. The init value is 0. The PID is both the same. The expression is B10 divided by 2. The other one is B38 times 0.1. It's the same thing as right here in the equation. I have no idea how they can get E divided by 2 to become B10 divided by 2. Or AD times 0.1 becomes B38 times 0.1. That's just so weird to me. The period is in milliseconds, so I added a bunch of zeros to it. It will report the status back to my HA machine every about 33 minutes. The type will be MQTT topic, sent to this topic. For me, this is SOC_topic or BATT_topic. You can name these topic to be whatever you want. If you want to add more values in the future, go ahead and click on New. Enter in whatever variables, expressions that you want. Click on Store and then click on Submit Changes. Once you're done entering all of those variables, expressions, PID, go ahead and jump into an MQTT Explorer like this app that I'm using right here. We can monitor the topic that we saw earlier, which is SOC_topic or battery_topic. Let's take a quick look at SOC_topic. Just highlight it. In the value, click on Copy. Open up Notepad and paste it in. So the values that we're getting is SOC:49. 49 is 49%, by the way. The car is currently at 49% charge. Now that we know what the topic is and the value format, go ahead and insert this into your configuration.yaml file of your Home Assistant hub. Here we're using the value template. As you can see, it will suck up that SOC value up and spit it out into Home Assistant. I'm going to have a text file for you to copy and paste everything in. That way you don't have to type the whole thing out. Once you're done with your configuration file, don't forget to save it and then restart HA. So for me, I'm just going to go into Terminal, type in HA core restart. Or you can always do the same thing in Settings and go from there. Now let's verify that the values are actually coming into the Home Assistant hub. Click on Developers Tool, go into States. There's a bunch of entity, but I'm going to filter it out by SOC. And here you can see that it's coming in. The Hyundai battery SOC is 49. Awesome. The same thing can be done for the 12 volt battery. I name it Hyundai Auxiliary 12. So that's why right now the 12 volt battery is at 12.6 volts. For my dashboard in HA, I have a tab just for the Ioniq5. Yeah, the whole thing is just for it. Here you can see a bunch of stuff that we pulled in earlier from BlueLink. Let's do a quick comparison of the BlueLink versus the WiCAN module. We're looking at the 12 volt battery right now. I renamed the name to Estimate. That's because the BlueLink doesn't always report the data constantly. Looking at the WiCAN module, it pulls in data every 32 minutes. So that's why it's much more detailed than the one from BlueLink. The same thing can be said about the SOC, state of charge. Here you don't see a lot of details, especially on this right hand side. But looking at the WiCAN module, there's much more granularity. Yep, a lot more detail. The tutorial for getting this WiCAN module to work with your Ioniq5 and Home Assistant ends for now. I'm going to share this Google Sheets online. As you can see, I only got 2 rows working with this car so far. If you know of the PID and the equations, please let me know in the comment section below. We're only scratching the surface of what this WiCAN module can do. So far, we're only using it to monitor, but it is possible that you use this WiCAN device to send commands to it. For instance, if I open the front door of my house, Home Assistant will automatically send a command to the WiCAN device to automatically turn on the engine, turn the climate to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and unlock the door. By the time I reach the car will be ready to go. That's amazing. Sadly, I'm not that smart. Hopefully somebody watching this is inspired to make a video on how to do so and share with everybody. Before we go though, let me show you something really interesting. Well, I think it's pretty interesting. Very cool. This WiCAN module is more than just a CAN bus sniffer. You can certainly use an app like Car Scanner to monitor your car over Wi-Fi. That way you don't have to be sitting next to the car, next to the Bluetooth module to monitor your whole car. So in the CAN section, go ahead and make sure that the CAN bitrate is 500K, CAN mode is normal, the port type is TCP, the port is 3333. The protocol is ELM327. Now go ahead and open up your Car Scanner app, go into Settings, go into Adapter, and make sure that it's on Wi-Fi. Before, in my other video, it was connected via Bluetooth. By now, the WiCAN module is on your network, so be sure to enter the IP address of that WiCAN module on your network. For me, it's 192.168.1.146. The adapter port is 3333. Once you're all done with the settings, go ahead and click on Connect. And now the Car Scanner app is connected to the Hyundai Ioniq5. Very nice. You can click on Dashboard to start seeing stuff or click on All Sensors. If you want, you can filter out what you want to see. So I'm going to filter it out by voltage. Here are all of the individual cell voltages. I think there's like 196 of them. Oops, 192. The 12-volt battery pack is at 14.7. Alright, hopefully this video helps you on how to get your WiCAN module working with your car. I know this whole video is on monitoring your car. In the future, I'm going to show you how to control your car using this module. I really appreciate you guys subscribing to my channel, liking this video, and thanks for watching.